All right, we're live. Now I'm just going to check my, there it is, check my um, audio. Make sure that's working. Sounds like it's working. Check my audio. Make sure that's working. Okay, sounds good there. All right, now we'll just wait a little bit. Check my messages. What is it? Rubber. Yeah, but that's not the same thing. Nobody. Nobody's here. Let's go back to YouTube on my phone for a second, see what it says. I'm showing one here. Let's get rid of that volume. One, just one. Hello, welcome, and God bless whoever you are. I'm going to get rid of my phone. The military has already laid out the distribution network with FedEx and UPS splitting the customer in half. FedEx takes the west, UPS takes the east. All right, 3. Welcome and God bless everybody. And just to let you know, let's go. First, I want to see how many. There we go. Perfect. 42. That was easy, quick and easy. 42 chapters in Job. So maybe we'll try to get through half of it today. And if you're new to the Bible readings, we do a prayer and a song before we get into reading the word. And if anybody has any prayer requests, please let me know. And also, if you have any praise reports. So anytime that something good is going on in your life, let's give thanks to God. And, acknowledging that in front of other people too is another good thing. Today I actually have 2 songs, but I'm hoping I had a kind of a dream. I don't know if it was a dream or like a premonition. And I don't know. I was half asleep at the best, maybe even totally asleep. I'm not sure, but I had idea, which I believe is from God, to play a certain song today because it might help somebody. Now, this channel it does a lot of things, but when we a lot of it is reading the Word and praising God, encouraging others, because this is a hard thing. I know because I've went through a lot of spiritual battles. So maybe this song can help encourage somebody. I always want to say too, we always encourage each other here on this channel, through all the hard times and everything. And, that includes everything, whatever it is. It might not be a spiritual battle, it might be something that physical, something, maybe you're going through a sickness, an illness, an injury, financial problems, whatever it is. We're all here to support one another. So when something is going wrong, like in the Bible, I don't remember where it was. I need to get better at memorizing where something is in the Bible too. But it says in the Bible, when one is hurting, the whole body hurts. The body of Christ. And then when something is going really good in someone's life, everyone is supposed to celebrate that together. So we got 3 in. and welcome and God bless. Nobody has to comment in here, but it's encouraged. But if you don't, that's fine too. Welcome and God bless you. What was I going to say? I was going to say something, but I forgot now. So if you just got in here, we do a prayer and then a song. Today's going to be 2 songs. Hopefully, maybe my dream or thought, premonition, or whatever I think it was from God. Hopefully, this will help somebody today. I got 2 songs today, and they interlink with one another, which is kind of weird. I mean, not the songs themselves, but the meanings of the songs. And whenever I do the songs, I try to put the lyrics on there too, so you guys can read along, so you get more of the feeling of what the song is about. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so does anybody have any prayer requests, or does anybody have any praise reports? We will. I will definitely say a prayer for anybody that needs a prayer, and I would like to celebrate with you if you have a praise report. So I'll just wait a moment, and then I'm going to ask you guys too. Also, make sure that you can hear me. Can you hear me? Somebody please just say yes. We can hear you. But I can hear it on my phone, so I'm pretty sure it's working. But you never know. Welcome and God bless. Anybody that just joined? It looks like I got one more that just joined. So anybody had a prayer request or a praise report? If not, we can just I can just go on and say the prayer and then get into the songs. And I hope that the song can help somebody. Christy Ledford, welcome, God bless. Yes, I'm guessing that yes is 4. You can hear me, so that's good. Okay. Good. Good. Okay. I thought it was working, so it should be working. I have a prayer request. Okay. Good. I will hold on for the prayer request. And if anybody else has a prayer request, please join, please comment there, or if you have a praise report. Okay. I think we should always pray for one another. I've asked many times for prayers for my health and other things, going on in my life too. So, do not be shy or embarrassed or anything about any prayer requests. You don't have to say exactly what it is if you don't want. Also, it could be anonymous. God knows our hearts, so if you don't have to say it out loud. So if you don't, God knows your heart, so He knows what your needs are, and we will just pray for that. Because that's another thing too. We always need to pray for God's will. And when we're praying for things, for like healing or whatever it may be, it should be always done according to God's will. Maybe we're not meant to heal faster. Maybe we're meant to do, God has a plan for everything. So, and everything is always in His perfect timing too. Okay, so Christy, unless you're typing still, or I'm gonna take it that you just have a prayer request and you want to keep it secret. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now I see your comment. 2 weeks. Okay. Do you know? Hopefully, it's not the CV. I don't. I don't want to pry into it, but okay. We'll just for sickness. All right. Let's do it. Dear Lord Jesus, Yeshua, we thank you for another day, another opportunity to come together as a body of Christ, brothers and sisters in Christ, coming together to read your word, to understand your word, to give you praise, to honor you, sing songs for you. Just an opportunity to be in your presence once again. We have Christy here who has a sickness. You know what it is, and we know that you can that you can heal her right now. If it's according to your will, please heal her right now. In the name of Jesus, you know what the sickness is, And we know by your stripes we are healed. So I ask for healing today for Christy. I ask for healing for anyone else out there that didn't comment. You know their hearts, you know their needs. Just fulfill their needs according to your will. And we praise you and thank you for all healings in advance. We also pray for all the Christians being persecuted around the world. Keep them protected and always give them the Holy Spirit to let them know that you are there, no matter what is going on. Lots of times we feel helpless in our lives, but all we got to do is call on your name. We ask for prayers for our leaders around the world, that they may make the right choices at the right times. Give them guidance according to your will. You know, whatever is going on, you know, in the United States with our election, we know that you're in control. Whether it's whatever is your will, I believe, Lord. So, whatever happens, no matter who wins, just give them the guidance and understanding to lead this country. And I'm probably forgetting something to pray for, Lord. Uh, you know everything. So whatever I'm forgetting, please fulfill that according to your will also. We love you. We thank you for everything you're doing in our lives. Bless each and every one that's here today, and let them learn something from your word that maybe they didn't know before, or something just to uh, re-strengthen our faith in whatever the passage is. We love you. Thank you for everything you do in our lives. In your precious name. Sky Hope, welcome. God bless. Okay. Yes, I always encourage everybody, and we've always, well, I wouldn't say always, but most of the time, we have the friendliest, best, loving people in the chat. So, we come here in love. We come here, as brothers and sisters in Christ, to just be, an assembly. It says when 2 or 3 are gathered, he is there. So, Jesus, we thank you for being here today, and just help us to learn. All right, I got 2 songs, and I hope this might help somebody. I hope if you just got here, I was explaining that I had a dream or a premonition or something about a song. And it's weird because, okay, here's how it happened. I'll go back. It was, probably a month ago. On my subscription feed, I subscribed to this 80s Christian music. And every day he puts on like an artist and all the songs from off of a certain album. Well, one of them was Kansas. And a lot of people might not think Kansas is a Christian band, and they might not be now. But there was 2 members of the band, Kerry Livgren, I don't remember the other person, that was in Kansas, and then they split apart and formed a Christian band called AD. I don't know if anybody remembers them from back then. That was, I think, is 85 or 86. I think 86, but I don't know for sure, but I think it was 86, because that's when I saw them in concert, and that was the first time I even heard of them. But they were in Kansas, and a lot of the songs that Kansas wrote, I believe, were Christian-based, were religious-based, like Dust in the Wind, and this song I'm going to share with you right now. So this is for anybody out there, and that's everybody too, because this happens to everyone, where everyone at one point in time needs some encouragement. Where is it? Okay, hold on. I gotta go over here. There. Okay. Sorry. Make sure I'm doing the right one. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. This is Kansas with Hold On, and it's got lyrics too. So I believe this is totally I think this, if you listen to the lyrics, it sounds like the guy's talking about a girl because he has the babies in there. I think they probably put that in there because they probably didn't want uh, people thinking it was religious, so that maybe the people that were buying the records and stuff would leave them. But anyway, really listen to the lyrics and watch the lyrics. I believe it's talking about Jesus. I really do. So here we go. And this song is powerful if you let it let it in. Here we go. Ah, it whited it out, didn't it? All right, hold on. Why does it do that to me? All right, so that means I gotta change everything up now. It's not very nice, but it's okay. We'll just switch it over here. We'll just switch over here. It's not very nice, but it should be easy to bring back up. I'll just go to the library, which is the history, and there. Go right here. Hold on, let's get it set up. Let me get the other song set up too, so we don't have to wait around. Just bear with me just a few more seconds. And we wanted this one. And pause that. And we're ready. Okay, go back over here. And what are we sharing? I don't know what we're sharing over there. All right, share this, share that, and share there. Okay, here we go. Sorry. And hopefully this will help somebody. Dinah, welcome. God bless. Think of it as Jesus. Everybody just hold on. Keep strong in the Lord no matter what. I don't know about you guys, but that's just powerful. I know that's about Jesus. It's not about a girl, it's about Jesus. Oh, sorry. Gets me every time. All right. So anybody that's going through any hardships, just hold on and call on Jesus, and he will be there. And then in a little while, we'll be with the Father. Sorry, just give me a second here. Heather B. from Tennessee, welcome. God bless. Sorry, that song always gets me too. Every time. Every time. But hopefully, so everybody just hold on. Hold on. And no matter what we're going through, and in a little while, we'll be with the Father. I think those songs just totally interlinked. All right, sorry. Beware today, we might have some more of the solar storm coming through. I lost internet at 12:30 in the morning, and it was gone for, I don't know, a good hour and a half. And I thought, oh, is that it? I don't know, because every once in a while I do lose internet, and it's always right around that same time, too, right after midnight. All right, so, whew, sorry, that just a little bit of the Holy Spirit there. All right, so, in case you're just joining, welcome and God bless. And just know that we always start off with a prayer, and I always ask for prayer requests and praise reports, and then do a song, usually just one song. But today I felt compelled, maybe compelled by God to put that first song on there before the second song. Because I know everyone's going through a lot of hardships right now, and a lot of times you feel like giving up. I know I've felt like giving up so many times, all the time. And, only through God and Jesus and you guys, gets me, through it all. So I want to thank everybody out there too, for not just for helping me, but for helping each other. You know, what would we do if we didn't have anybody? Because I don't really have anybody that, believes the way I do. Will, welcome and God bless. Whew. So anybody that missed the first two songs, go back and listen to that. It was, I don't know, to me it was emotional. And then after that we jump into the word. Half hour went by. Usually we don't take that long to get to the start reading. And we're going to start reading Job, and then Psalms and Proverbs, and then get into the books of prophecy. So I know there's Ezekiel, Daniel, what else is there? Isaiah, Jeremiah, and then all the New Testament and Revelation. So we'll go through those. But Job is like he had everything, and then God took it all away, and then it's how he reacted and what he did, to keep his faith. All right. Whew. All right, let's go over to the word. All right, so hopefully you guys can see that. We don't need that ad there. Get that out of there. Okay. All right. All right, so we're going to try to get through 21 chapters today. We'll see. And I always encourage anybody out there to comment on what we're reading. Ask a question, add what you think we're reading, what it means, and everything. And also, if any by chance you see any Mandela effects, because when we were reading Genesis, Exodus, and Leviticus, there was lots and lots of Mandela effects. We know the words being changed. All right, so let's get into Job 1. This is the King James Version. I don't know what the best version of the Bible is. I think to me this is one of the better ones. Unless we went all the way to the original Hebrew, because we know everything's been changed, revised, translated differently. So, all right, let's get into it. Are we ready? Here we go. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she asses and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the east. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, It may be that my sons have sinned, and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. From going to and fro in the earth, not on the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Does that mean hell is in the earth? And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth again, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Doth Job fear God for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. And there was a day when the sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, The oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabeans fell about them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Whilst he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, The fire of God is fallen from heaven, and hath burned up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, The Chaldeans made, and I'm sorry if I pronounce some of these names wrong. I'll just do it the best I can. The Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Now, I know that Satan did that uh, to tempt God, and then God was showing that he would still be faithful, but he's killing all the servants and all the animals too. Could have just had them all stolen. I don't know. I don't know why I'm questioning that. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, The Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels and carried them away, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, Thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness, and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head. Shaved. Oops. Can you guys see that? I wonder if you guys can see that. Yeah, okay. Shaved his head. That was one word that we had because they didn't have razors. They probably just cut the hair. I don't know. And then Job arose, rent his mantle, and shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground and worshipped, and said, Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And in all this, Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. See, now that's what we need to do. I know it's very, very hard, but no matter what happens to us, no matter what we have or what has been taken away from us, we need to always praise the Lord. We need to always thank Him, no matter what. We don't know what His plan is, but He is in control, and that's really all we need to know. Just let God do His will. Go back to the chat for a sec. I'll keep checking the chat here and there, see if anybody comments. And Heather B, that's a praise report. 27 weeks pregnant, and all is well. I'm guessing everything's going good. You're staying healthy. The baby's staying healthy. So that's a praise report. Thank God for that. Chapter 2. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. And the Lord said unto Satan, From whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God, and escheweth evil? And still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movedest me against him to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered the Lord and said, Skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. But put forth thine hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. So God is allowing Satan to physically harm him, but he's not allowed to kill him. So went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord, and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. And he took him a potsherd. That could be a Mandela. Where's my pen? I'm going to occasionally write down a verse and the word. I need a pen. Hold on. Thought I had my pen in here, but it wasn't. And I gotta get my book. Where's my book? My book I've been putting. That's not it, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. Job. Job 2. Where is that? 8. 2:8. Pots heard. Right. And let's just see what the meaning is really fast. If I had my old computer, I wouldn't do it because it would take too long and things would mess up. It says a broken piece of ceramic material, especially one found on an archaeological site. What does the Bible say? Okay, gotcha. All right, so, and he took him a potsherd. So, a broken piece. So he's breaking him, I guess. Is that what's going on? Huh. And he sat down among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him, Dost thou retain thine integrity? Curse God and die. That was a nice wife to say that. But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Here's another thing that could be a Mandela effect too. This should be all in one sentence. What shall we receive? Not what, question mark. What shall we receive good at the hand of God, and shall we not receive evil? In all this did not Job sin with his lips. Now, when Job's three friends heard of all this evil that has come upon him, they came every one from his own place. Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuahite, and Zophar the Naamathite. Sorry if I'm not saying those right. For they had made an appointment together to come to mourn with him and to comfort him. And when they lifted up their eyes afar off and knew him not, they lifted up their voice and wept. And they rent every one his mantle and sprinkled dust upon their heads toward heaven. So they sat down with him upon the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and none spake a word unto him, for they saw that his grief was very great. I'm going to write down the other one really fast. It was 10. 2:10. What? Question marks. All right. Go back to the chat for a minute. Cranky Beans, welcome. God bless. What? You guys can't see it? They blurred it? Yeah, that used to happen to me all the time. But I can see it perfectly fine on my end. Usually it goes blurry and I see it blurry too. So you guys can't see the words? Oh, that makes me so mad. YouTube makes me so mad. So is it just Cranky or is everybody else seeing the same blurred words? That's not very nice. Huh. Let me refresh it, see if that does anything. I don't know if that helped. It didn't change on my end. I can read it from this side too. It's a little harder. I go to the actual page, the actual tab to read it, but anybody else seeing blurred words? And welcome and God bless anybody out there that hasn't commented. Yeah, they used to do that to me all the time, especially when I was trying to show something. It wasn't just something that you were reading, although it did that too. And it used to blur out the video so you couldn't see. I'd be showing, look at that, and people would be like, "Wow, I don't see nothing. It's all blurry." Yep, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. I was just waiting a sec to see if anybody else is having that blurred word problem. Now it makes me mad. Did everybody get to see the words from the songs? Just all right, it makes me mad. All right. Dear Jesus, we ask for protection of this channel. We ask for support on my end, but the same thing happens on the channel. You see it perfectly fine. And but for the viewer, it's blurred. Huh. It used to blur for me too, but this is the first time where I could see it fine and it's blurred on the other end. But yeah, usually it's blurred on my end too. We rebuke you, Satan. We rebuke YouTube and the algorithms. We ask for everything that you want us to learn and to see and to read and to understand that it is done. Don't allow YouTube to take away from reading your word. Okay, right. It makes me mad. But what do we? It's what we got to work with, and all we can do is ask Jesus, Yeshua, to help us through. But I was just wondering if it's just you that can't see it, or everybody. Because I'm pretty sure it's everybody. All right, chapter 3. After this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. That's improper. That's an improper sentence there. After this opened Job his mouth. After Job opened his mouth, he cursed his day. That sounds more. And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man child conceived. Let that day be darkness. Let not God regard it from above, neither let the light shine upon it. Let darkness and the shadow of death stain it. Let a cloud dwell upon it. Let the blackness of the day terrify it. As for the night, let darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined unto the days of the year. Let it not come into the number of the months. Lo, let that night be solitary. Let no joyful voice come therein. Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up their mourning. Let the stars of the twilight thereof be dark. Let it look for light, but have none. Neither let it see the dawning of the day, because it shut not up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hid sorrow from mine eyes. Why died I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? Why did the knees prevent me? Why did the knees prevent me? Or why the breast that I should suck? For now should I have lain still and been quiet, I should have slept. Then had I been at rest with kings and counselors of the earth, which build desolate places for themselves, or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver. Or as in hidden, untimely birth I had not been, as infants which never saw light. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. There the prisoners rest together, they hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master. Wherefore is light given to him that is in misery, and life unto the bitter in soul, which long for death, but it cometh not, and dig for it more than for hid treasures, which rejoice exceedingly and are glad when they can find the grave. Why is light given to a man whose way is hid, and whom God hath hedged in? For my sighing, for my sighing cometh before I eat, and my roarings are poured out like the waters. For the thing which I greatly feared is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come unto me. I was not in safety, neither had I rest, neither was I quiet, yet trouble came. See, Job sinned not, but then he was, saying why was he going through all this, and why couldn't he die to be in a better place? Why was he being punished? Vincent, welcome. God bless. Yeah, watch the beginning. There's a couple songs there. I'm doing a lot better now. Back's doing a lot better. I am standing. I still have a little bit of problems, but at least it's tolerable. I don't sit anymore, at least not in this chair in my room. I have to stand. But whatever has to be done, I will do it. Been seeing a lot of your videos, Vincent. Not so much, watching the whole things, but seeing, where the moon and the sun is. They're both in the south now. Although the Yeah, the moon was in the north, and now it's over towards the south again. I had to go out the back door to be able to see it. Now I have to go out the front to see it. I didn't see it yesterday, but then again, it was, yeah. But I looked for it. I don't know what time it rose. It should have been like 2ish, and I looked for it at about 2. Didn't see it. All right, chapter 4. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, if we essay to commune with thee, wilt thou be grieved? But who can withhold himself from speaking? Behold, thou hast instructed many, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands. Thy words have upholden him that was falling, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees. And now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest. It toucheth thee, and thou art troubled. Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope, and thy uprightness of thy ways? Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished, being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. By the blast of God they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. See, he's trying to say that, you reap what you sow, but Job didn't uh, reap what he sowed. So he was, I guess, also questioning God. The roaring of the lion and the voice of the fierce lion and the teeth of the young lions are broken. The old lion perisheth for lack of prey, and the stout lion's whelps are scattered abroad. Whelps. Was whelps back in the Bible? Is that a Mandela effect? Whelps. All right, we're on 4 now, right? 4. 4:11. Still checking for Mandela effects. Moon going way south today. Heather B has mentioned the halo. I haven't seen a halo in more than a year now. I have not seen one since I moved away from Iowa. And when I lived on the other side of Colorado, I saw halos all the time. I actually saw 4 halos in 5 days once. It was insane. All right, sorry. Whelps. Now a thing was secretly brought to me, and mine ear received a little thereof. In thoughts from the visions of the night, when deep sleep falleth on man, fear came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones to shake. Then a spirit passed before my face, the hair of my flesh stood up. It stood still, but I could not discern the form thereof. An image was before mine eyes, there was silence, and I heard a voice saying, Shall mortal man be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his maker? Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly. How much less in them that dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, which are crushed before the moth. They are destroyed from morning to evening, they perish forever without any regarding it. Doth not their excellency which is in them go away? They die even without wisdom. Moon halos. I've seen some moon halos though since I've been here, but no sun halos, or should I say sun simulator halos. The weather crazy here. 60. We've been getting in the mid 60s here, which is kind of warm even for here. And then today we just got down to like 50. We were in the 60s for like 3-4 days in a row. Nice weather, getting down to about 20, 25 at night. And then tomorrow we're supposed to get, I think the high is only in the mid 20s and snow. See, moon halos twice last month of time. Not seen something else since 2018. Huh. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I see, lots of videos and pictures of other people's, seeing halos, but I don't know why haven't I seen a halo here? It's weird. It's not that I don't go out and look. All right, let's go to chapter 5. Call now, if there be any that will answer thee, and to which of the saints wilt thou turn? For wrath killeth the foolish man, and envy slayeth the silly one. I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I cursed his habitation. His children are far from safety, and they are crushed in the gate, neither is there any to deliver them. Whose harvest the hungry eateth up, and taketh it even out of the thorns, and the robber swalloweth up their substance. Although affliction cometh not forth of the dust, neither doth trouble spring out of the ground. Yet man is born unto trouble, and the sparks fly upward. I would seek unto God, and unto God would I commit my cause. I'm going to try something. Because you guys can't read, right? Can't read it's all blurry. I'm going to try something. I'm going to go out and go back in and see if it comes up. At least you used to do that. I would do that, and then it would be clear, and then it would go blurry again. Yeah, it's weird. Wouldn't that be funny? No, I think it's too cloudy out today. Yeah, it'd be funny. There's a halo going on right now. All right, let's try this. I'm going to go there, and then go here, and do it again. No, not jobs. Not looking for jobs. Yeah, it's got that already. All right, let me know if you guys can see it this time. Here we go. Ready? It might only be there for seconds, or it might not be at all. Bam. All right. Let's see if that's any better. Can you guys see it now? Okay. Yeah, if you have your own Bibles, follow along. I'm reading out of King James, so it might be a little different here and there. So if you've noticed some differences that might be kind of a Mandela effect, throw that in the comments, please. But I don't know. I just like to have people to be able to read along. I don't know if everybody's got a Bible they can just read along with. I don't know. All right, so we were at verse 8. I'm going to go back to 6. Although affliction cometh not forth of the dust, neither doth trouble spring out of the ground, yet man is born unto trouble as the sparks fly upward. Sparks? Who's throwing sparks in? 5. I don't know if there was sparks back then. I would seek unto God, and unto God would I commit my cause, which doeth great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number, who giveth rain upon the earth, and sendeth waters upon the fields. Look at now there's a colon instead of a question mark there. Isn't that a question? Who giveth rain upon the earth and sendeth waters upon the fields? To set up on high those that be low, and then a semicolon here, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Enterprise? That's got to be one. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward was carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. So the poor hath hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Behold, happy is the man whom God correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. For he maketh sore, and bindeth up. He woundeth, and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. Sounds like Psalm 91. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Now that would be great, wouldn't it? When everything's, everything's destruction around you and famine, and you're laughing. That's a great day if we can do that. Huh. We can only pray that we could be that strong. Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shalt not sin. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thine offspring as the grass of the earth. Thou shalt come to thy grave in a full age, like as a shock of corn cometh in his season. Lo, this we have searched it, so it is. Hear it, and know thou it for thy good. I'm putting verse 26 for shock of corn. Never heard of a shock of corn. Anybody else? Go back over to the chat. Okay. Anybody heard of shock of corn? That's a crazy one, I think. All right, moving on to chapter 6. But Job answered and said, Oh, that my grief were thoroughly weighed, and my calamity laid in the balances together. For now it would be heavier than the sand of the sea. Therefore my words are swallowed up. For the arrows of the Almighty are within me. The poison whereof drinketh up in my spirit. The terrors of God do set themselves in array against me. Doth the wild ass bray when he hath grass, or loweth the ox over his fodder? Can that which is unsavory be eaten without salt? Or is there any taste in the white of an egg? That's a weird saying. Or is there any taste in the white of an egg? Ha! The things that my soul refused to touch are as my sorrowful meat. Oh, that I might have my request, and that God would grant me the thing that I long for, even that it would please God to destroy me, that he would let loose his hand and cut me off. Then should I yet have comfort. Yea, I would harden myself in sorrow. Let him not spare, for I have not concealed the words of the Holy One. What is my strength that I should hope? And what is mine end that I should prolong my life? Is my strength the strength of stones, or is my flesh of brass? Is not my help in me, and is wisdom driven quite from me? To him that is afflicted, pity should be shewed from his friend, but he forsaketh the fear of the Almighty. My brethren have dwelt deceitfully as a brook, and as the stream of brooks they pass away, which are blackish by reason of the ice, and wherein the snow is hid. What time they wax warm, they vanish. When it is hot, they are consumed out of their place. The paths of their way are turned aside, they go to nothing and perish. The troops of Tema looked, the companies of Sheba waited for them. They were confounded because they had hoped. They came thither and were ashamed. For now ye are nothing, ye see my casting down and are afraid. Did I say, bring unto me, or give a reward for me for your substance, or deliver me from my enemy's hand? or redeem me from the hand of the Almighty? Teach me, and I will hold my tongue, and cause me to understand wherein I have erred. See, Job thought he did something wrong. How forcible are right words? But what doth your arguing reprove? Do ye imagine to reprove words and the speeches of one that is desperate, which are as wind? Yea, ye overwhelm the fatherless, and ye dig a pit for your friend. Now therefore be content, look upon me, for it is evident unto you if I lie. Return, I pray you, let it not be iniquity. Yea, return again, my righteousness is in it. Is there iniquity in my tongue? Cannot my taste discern perverse things? So who was it talking to Job right there? It was one of the three friends that came. Yeah, see, that was confusing when I've read this in the past too. Who was talking to who? But I remember that the friends uh they all came, and they stayed with him for 7 days and 7 nights and didn't say a word. But I think Job is the one who said uh the first words, and then I don't remember now. So we have to go back. See, that's something I want us to be able to know for sure. I'm trying to think where it happened. See, we got Eliphaz the Temanite. So I think he was the first one. Okay, so Job spake first, right? And then the first one was Eliphaz. He answered and said all that. And I think he just kept going on. If I'm right there. And then Job answered and said, so the first guy spoke, and now he's answered the first guy. Is that where we're at? No, we read 6. So Job said all this, and then in 7 is still Job talking, I believe. I believe that's what happened. I don't want us to be confused because it is very confusing. This is still Job talking, I believe. Is there not an appointed time to man upon earth? Are not his days also like the days of an hireling? Hireling. There's another one. Job 7:1. Hireling. Hireling. We've had, I don't know if we had hireling in the past, or it was something like a hireling, like hireling. Looking it up real quick. Person employed to undertake menial work. A person who works purely for material reward. As a servant earnestly desireth the shadow, and as a hireling looketh for the reward of his work, so am I made to possess months of vanity, and wearisome nights are appointed to me. When I lie down, I say, when shall I arise, and the night be gone? And I am full of tossings to and fro unto the dawning of the day. My flesh is clothed with worms and clods of dust. Ugh. My skin is broken and become loathsome. My days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle, and are spent without hope. Oh, remember that my life is wind. Mine eye shall no more see good. The eye of him that hath seen me shall see me no more. Thine eyes are upon me, and I am not. As the cloud is consumed and vanished away, so he that goeth down to the grave shall come up no more. He shall return no more to his house, neither shall his place know him any more. Therefore I will not refrain my mouth. I will speak in the anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. Am I a sea or a whale that thou settest a watch over me? When I say my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaints. Here's couch again. Couch. Then thou scarest me with dreams and terrifiest me through visions, so that my soul chooseth strangling and death rather than my life. I loathe it. I would not live alway. Let me alone, for my days are vanity. What is man that thou shouldest magnify him, and that thou shouldest set thine heart upon him, and that thou shouldest visit him every morning and try him every moment? How long wilt thou not depart from me, nor let me alone till I swallow down my spittle? Spittle. Spittle. I gotta see what that is. Spittle is saliva, especially as ejected from the mouth. Slobber. Okay. How long wilt thou not depart from me, nor let me alone till I swallow down my saliva? I have sinned. What shall I do unto thee, O thou preserver of men? Why hast thou set me as a mark against thee, so that I am a burden to myself? Why dost thou not pardon my transgression and take away my iniquity? For now I shall sleep in the dust, and thou shalt seek me in the morning, but I shall not be. See, would you consider that to be complaining? Or is he just questioning God? Why is he doing? Why is this happening to him? What did he do? What was his error? What was his sin that caused God to let all these things happen to him? Chapter 8. Then answered Bildad, he was one of the other friends, the Shuhite, and said, How long wilt thou speak these things? And how long shall the words of thy mouth be like a strong wind? Doth God pervert judgment, or doth the Almighty pervert justice? If thy children have sinned against him, and he have cast them away for their transgression, if thou wouldest seek unto God betimes, and make thy supplication to the Almighty betimes, before the usual or expected time, early. Where was I? If thou wouldest seek unto God early and make thy supplication to the Almighty, if thou wert pure and upright, surely now he would awake for thee and make the habitation of thy righteousness prosperous. Though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end should greatly increase. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. For we are but of yesterday and know nothing, because our days upon earth are a shadow. Shall not they teach thee and tell thee and utter words out of their heart? Can the rush grow up without mire? Can the flag grow without water? Whilst it is yet in his greenness and not cut down, it withereth before any other herb. So are the plants of all that forget God, and the hypocrite's hope shall perish, whose hope shall be cut off, and whose trust shall be a spider's web. He shall lean upon his house, but it shall not stand. He shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure. He is green before the sun, and his branch shooteth forth in his garden. His roots are wrapped upon the heap, and seeth the place of stones. If he destroy him from his place, then it shall deny him, saying, I have not seen thee. Behold, this is the joy of his way, and out of the earth shall others grow. Behold, God will not cast away a perfect man, neither will he help the evildoers, till he fill thy mouth with laughing, and thy lips with rejoicing. They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught. So, from what I'm getting, is the friend is saying God is perfect and is not going to do this to a perfect man. But maybe he's saying that we should always be rejoicing and thanking God no matter what the situation. And maybe there's where Job kind of went wrong. Although he never forsook God and cursed him, he still questioned him. Job 9. Then Job answered and said, I know it is so of a truth, but how should man be just with God? If he will contend with him, he cannot answer him one of 1,000. He is wise in heart and mighty in strength, who hath hardened himself against him, and hath prospered, which removeth the mountains, and they know not, which overturneth them in his anger, which shaketh the earth out of her place, and the pillars thereof tremble. Pillars, possibly meaning, flat, but that doesn't necessarily mean that. But some people would say that. But it could also be the dome, the firmament, which commandeth the sun, and it riseth not, and sealeth up the stars, which alone spreadeth out the heavens, and treadeth upon the waves of the sea, which maketh Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades, and the chambers of the south, which doeth great things past finding out, yea, and wonders without number. Lo, he goeth by me, and I see him not. He passeth on also, but I perceive him not. Behold, he taketh away, who can hinder him? Who will say unto him, what doest thou? If God will not withdraw his anger, the proud helpers do stoop under him. How much less shall I answer him, and choose out my words to reason with him? Whom though I were righteous, yet would I not answer, but I would make supplication to my judge. If I had called, and he had answered me, yet would I not believe that he had hearkened unto my voice? For he breaketh me with a tempest, and multiplieth my wounds without cause. He will not suffer me to take my breath, but filleth me with bitterness. If I speak of strength, lo, he is strong. And if of judgment, who shall set me a time to plead? If I justify myself, mine own mouth shall condemn me. If I say I am perfect, it shall also prove me perverse. Though I were perfect, yet would I not know my soul, I would despise my life. This is one thing, therefore I said it. He destroyeth the perfect and the wicked. If the scourge slay suddenly, he will laugh at the trial of the innocent. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Now my days are swifter than a post. They flee away, they see no good. They are passed away as the swift ships, as the eagle that hasteth to the prey. If I say, I will forget my complaint, I will leave off my heaviness and comfort myself. I am afraid of all my sorrows. I know that thou wilt not hold me innocent. If I be wicked, why then labor I in vain? If I wash myself with snow water, and make my hands never so clean, yet shalt thou plunge me in the ditch, and mine own clothes shall abhor me? For he is not a man, as I am, that I should answer him, and we should come together in judgment. Neither is there any daysman betwixt us, that might lay his hand upon us both. Daysman. I know betwixt. We've had that a bunch of times. Daysman. Let him take his rod away from me, and let not his fear terrify me. Then would I speak and not fear him, but it is not so with me. This would still be Job talking. My soul is weary of my life. I will leave my complaint upon myself. I will speak in the bitterness of my soul. I will say unto God, do not condemn me. Shew me wherefore thou contendest with me. Is it good unto thee that thou shouldest oppress, that thou shouldest despise the work of thine hands, and shine upon the counsel of the wicked? Hast thou eyes of flesh, or seest thou as man seeth? Are thy days as the days of man? Are thy years of are thy years as man's days? That thou inquirest after mine iniquity, and searchest after my sin. Thou knowest that I am not wicked, and there is none that can deliver out of thine hand. Thine hands have made me and fashioned me together round about, yet thou dost destroy me. Remember, I beseech thee, that thou hast made me as the clay, and wilt thou bring me into dust again? Hast thou not poured me out as milk, and curdled me like cheese? Thou hast clothed me with skin and flesh, and hast skin and flesh. Ain't that the same thing? Thou hast clothed me with skin and flesh, and hast fenced me with bones and sinews. Thou hast granted me life and favor, and thy visitation hath preserved my spirit. And these things hast thou hid in thine heart. I know that this is with thee. If I sin, then thou markest me, and thou wilt not acquit me from mine iniquity. If I be wicked, woe unto me. And if I be righteous, yet will I not lift up my head. I am full of confusion, therefore see thou mine affliction. For it increaseth. Thou huntest me as a fierce lion, and again thou shewest thyself marvelous upon me. Thou renewest thy witness against me, and increaseth thine indignation upon me. Changes and war are against me. Wherefore then hast thou brought me forth out of the womb? Oh, that I had given up the ghost, and no eye had seen me. I should have been as though I had not been. I should have been carried from the womb to the grave. Are not my days few? Cease then, and let me alone, that I may take comfort a little. Before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. A land of darkness is darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness. Okay. Just coming back to the chat after each chapter. So don't be shy. Say whatever, ask question, whatever into the comments. Okay, now the third friend is talking now. Then answered Zophar the Naamathite and said, should not the multitude of words be answered? And should a man full of talk be justified? Should thy lies make men hold their peace? And when thou mockest, shall no man make thee ashamed? For thou hast said, my doctrine is pure, and I am clean in thine eyes. But oh, that God would speak and open his lips against thee, and that he would shew thee the secrets of wisdom, that they are double to that which is. Know therefore that God exacteth of thee less than thine iniquity deserveth. Canst thou be canst thou by searching find out God? Canst thou find out the Almighty under perfection? It is as high as heaven, which canst thou do? Deeper than hell, what canst thou know? The measure thereof is longer than the earth, and broader than the sea. If he cut off and shut up, or gather together, then who can hinder him? For he knoweth vain men, he seeth wickedness also. Will he not then consider it? For vain men would be wise, though man be born like a wild ass's colt. If thou prepare thine heart and stretch out thine hands toward him, if iniquity be in thine hand, put it far away, and let not wickedness dwell in thy tabernacles. For then shalt thou lift up thy face without spot, yea, thou shalt be steadfast and shalt not fear, because thou shalt forget thy misery and remember it as the waters that pass away. And thine age shall be clearer than the noonday. Thou shalt shine forth, thou shalt be as the morning, and thou shalt be secure because there is hope. Yea, thou shalt dig about thee, and thou shalt take away thy rest in safety. Also thou shalt lie down, and none shall make thee afraid. Yea, many shall make suit unto thee, but the eyes of the wicked shall fail, and they shall not escape, and the hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost. So uh, from what I'm understanding, it sounds like the friend is trying to say that no matter what, God is going to be uh, true, but he's also saying that, that Job was, a good man and doesn't deserve what's come upon him. Job 12. And Job answered and said, no doubt, but ye are the people, and wisdom shall die with you. But I have understanding as well as you. I am not inferior to you, yea, who knoweth not such things as these. I am as one mocked of his neighbor, who calleth upon God, and he answereth him. The just upright man is laughed to scorn. He that is ready to slip with his feet is as a lamp despised in the thought of him that is at ease. The tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they that provoke God are secure, into whose hand God bringeth abundantly. But ask now the beasts, as they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this? In whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind? Doth not the ear try words, and the mouth taste his meat? With the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. With him is wisdom and strength, he hath counsel and understanding. Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. He shutteth up a man, and there can be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. Also he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. He looseth he looseth the bond of kings, and girdeth their loins with a girdle. He leadeth princes away spoiled, and overthroweth the mighty. He removeth away the speech of the trusty, and taketh away the understanding of the aged. He poureth contempt upon princes, and weakeneth the strength of the mighty. He discovereth deep things out of darkness, and bringeth out to light the shadow of death. He increaseth the nations, and destroyeth them. He enlargeth the nations, and straighteneth them again. What in the world? He taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth, and causeth them to wander in a wilderness where there is no way. They grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man. Still Job talking, I believe. Chapter 13. Let me go back for a sec. Okay. Everybody still there? I'm going to go looking for 2:30. Don't want to make this longer than 2 hours, but I would also like to get to the halfway point. Lo, mine eye hath seen all this, mine ear hath heard and understood it. What ye know, the same do I know also. I am not inferior unto you. Surely I would speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with God. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. Oh, that ye would altogether hold your peace, and it should be your wisdom. Hear now my reasoning, and hearken to the pleadings of my lips. Will ye speak wickedly for God, and talk deceitfully for him? Will ye accept his person? Will ye contend for God? Is it good that he should search you out? Or as one man mocketh another, do ye so mock him? He will surely reprove you if ye do secretly accept persons. Shall not his excellency make you afraid, and his dread fall upon you? Your remembrances are like unto ashes, your bodies to bodies of clay. Hold your peace, let me alone, that I may speak, and let come on me what will. Wherefore do I take my flesh in my teeth, and put my life in mine hand? Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him, but I will maintain mine own ways before him. He also shall be my salvation, for an hypocrite shall not come before him. Hear diligently, hear diligently my speech and my declaration with your ears. Behold, now I have ordered my cause. I know that I shall be justified. Who is he that will plead with me? For now, if I hold my tongue, I shall give up the ghost. Only do not two things unto me, then will I not hide myself from thee. Withdraw thine hand far from me, and let not my dread make me afraid. Then call thou, and I will answer, or let me speak, and answer thou me. How many are mine iniquities and sins? Make me to know my transgression and my sin. Wherefore hidest thou thy face, and holdest me for thine enemy? Wilt thou break a leaf driven to and fro, and wilt thou pursue the dry stubble? For thou writest bitter things against me, and maketh me to possess the iniquities of my youth. Thou puttest my feet also in the stocks, and lookest narrowly unto all my paths. Thou settest a print upon the heels of my feet, and he, as a rotten thing, consumeth, as a garment that is moth-eaten. So he's still believing, but still questioning. Okay. Just making sure everybody still can hear and everything. You know, this happened in the past where the audio went out and I was talking for like an hour and didn't even know. So every once in a while, it doesn't hurt to check. Chapter 14. Man that is born of a woman is of few days and full of trouble. I'm guessing this is still Job talking. He cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow and continueth not. And doth thou open thine eyes upon such an one, and bringeth me into judgment with thee? Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Turn from him that he may rest, till he shall accomplish as an hireling his day. For there is hope of a tree, if it be cut down, that it will sprout again, and that the tender branch thereof will not cease. Though the root thereof wax old in the earth, and the stalk thereof die in the ground, yet through the scent of water it will bud, and bring forth boughs like a plant. But man dieth and wasteth away. Yea, man giveth up the ghost, and where is he? As the waters fail from the sea, and the flood decayeth and drieth up, so man lieth down and riseth not, till the heavens be no more. They shall not awake, nor be raised out of their sleep. Oh, that thou wouldest hide me in the grave, that thou wouldest keep my secret until thy wrath be past, that thou wouldest appoint me a set time and remember me. If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come. See, he still has to wait on the Lord. So here's that song, Hold On. Job, hold on. Thou shalt call, and I will answer thee. Thou wilt have a desire to the work of thine hands. For now thou numberest my steps. Dost thou not watch over my sin? My transgression is sealed up in a bag, and thou sewest up mine iniquity. And surely the mountains falling cometh to naught, and the rock is removed out of his place. The waters wear the stones. Thou washest away the things which grow out of the dust of the earth, and thou destroyest the hope of man. Thou prevailest forever against him, and he passeth. Thou changest his countenance, and sendeth him away. His sons come to honor, and he knoweth it not, and they are brought low, but he perceiveth it not of them. But his flesh upon him shall have pain, and his soul within him shall mourn. Okay, good. It's still here. Good, good, good. All right, Job 15, and now this was the first friend that talked the first time, talking again. Then answered Eliphaz the Temanite and said, should a wise man utter vain knowledge and fill his belly with the east wind? Should he reason with unprofitable talk, or with speeches wherewith he can do no good? Yea, thou casteth off fear, and restraineth prayer before God. For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yea, thine own lips testify against thee. Art thou the first man that was born, or wast thou made before the hills? Hast thou heard the secret of God, and dost thou restrain wisdom to thyself? What knowest thou that we know not? What understandest thou which is not in us? With us are both the gray-headed and very aged men, much elder than thy father. Are the consolations of God small with thee? Is there any secret thing with thee? Why doth thine heart carry thee away? And what do thy eyes wink at? That thou turnest thy spirit against God, and lettest such words go out of thy mouth. What is man that he should be clean, and he which is born of a woman that he should be righteous? Behold, he putteth no trust in his saints. Yea, the heavens are not clean in his sight. How much more abominable and filthy is man, which drinketh iniquity like water? I will shew thee, hear me, and that which I have seen I will declare. Which wise men have told from their fathers, and have not hid it, unto whom alone the earth was given, and no stranger passed among them. The wicked man travaileth with pain all his days, and the number of years is hidden to the oppressor. A dreadful sound is in his ears. In prosperity the destroyer shall come upon him. He believeth not that he shall return out of darkness, and he is waited for of the sword. He wandereth abroad for bread, saying, where is it? He knoweth that the day of darkness is ready at his hand. Trouble and angst shall make him afraid. They shall prevail against him. as a king ready to battle. For he stretcheth out his hand against God, and strengtheneth himself against the Almighty. He runneth upon him, even on his neck, upon the thick bosses of his bucklers, because he covereth his face with his fatness, and maketh collops of fat on his flanks. Collops? Fifteen 27. Put it in there. I'm not sure. Collops. And he dwelleth in desolate cities, and in houses which no man inhabiteth, which are ready to become heaps. He shall not be rich, neither shall his substance continue, neither shall he prolong the perfection thereof upon the earth. He shall not depart out of darkness, the flame shall dry up his branches, and by the breath of his mouth shall he go away. Let not him that is deceived trust in vanity, for vanity shall be his recompense. It shall be accomplished before his time, and his branch shall not be green. He shall shake off his unripe grape as the vine, and shall cast off his flower as the olive. For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and the fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceits. Chapter 16. Then Job answered and said, I have heard many such things. Miserable comforters are ye all. Shall vain words have an end? Or what emboldeneth thee that thou answerest? I could also speak as ye do. If your soul were in my soul's stead, I could heap up words against you and shake mine head at you. But I would strengthen you with my mouth, and the moving of my lips should assuage your grief. Assuage. Assuage. That's a word I've never seen before. To make less intense or severe. To satisfy or appease. To appease or calm. Okay. Okay. And the moving of my lips should calm your grief. Though I speak, my grief is not assuaged, and thou I forbear, what am I eased? But now he hath made me weary, thou hast made desolate all my company, and thou hast filled me with wrinkles, which is a witness against me, and my leanness rising up in me beareth witness to my face. He teareth me in his wrath, who hateth me. He gnasheth upon me with his teeth. My enemy sharpeneth his eyes upon me. They have gaped upon me with their mouth. They have smitten me upon the cheek reproachfully. They have gathered themselves together against me. God hath delivered me to the ungodly and turned me over into the hands of the wicked. So now that sounds more, instead of blaming God, now blaming maybe the wicked, maybe blaming Satan. I was at ease, but he hath broken me asunder. He hath also taken me by the neck and shaken me to pieces and set me up for his mark. His archers compass me round about. He cleaveth my reins asunder and doth not spare. He poureth out my gall upon the ground. He breaketh me with breach upon breach. He runneth upon me like a giant. I have sewed sackcloth upon my skin and defiled my horn in the dust. My face is foul with weeping, and on my eyelids is a shadow of death. not for any injustice in mine hands. Also my prayer is pure. O earth, cover not thou my blood, and let me cry have no place, and let my cry have no place. Also now behold, my witness is in heaven, and my record is on high. My friends scorn me, but mine eye poureth out tears unto God. Oh, that one might plead for a man with God, as a man pleadeth for his neighbor. When a few years are come, then I shall go the way whence I shall not return. Chapter 17. My breath is corrupt, my days are extinct. Still Job talking. The graves are ready for me. Are there not mockers with me? And doth not mine eye continue in their provocation? Laying down now, put me in the surety with thee. Who is he that will strike hands with me? For thou hast hid their heart from understanding. Therefore shalt thou not exalt them? He that speaketh flattery to his friends, even the eyes of his children shall fail. He hath made me also a byword of thy people, of the people, and aforetime I was as a tabret. Mine eye also is dim by reason of sorrow, and all my members are as a shadow. Upright men shall be astonished, astonished at this, and the innocent shall stir himself against the hypocrite. The righteous also shall hold on his way, and he that hath clean hands shall be stronger and stronger. But as for you all, do ye return and come now, for I cannot find one wise man among you. My days are past, my purposes are broken off, even the thoughts of my heart. They change the night into day, the light is short because of the darkness. If I wait, the grave is mine house. I have made my bed in the darkness. I have said to corruption, thou art my father. To the worm, thou art my mother and my sister. And where is now my hope? As for my hope, who shall see it? They shall go down to the bars of the pit when our rest together is in the dust. Chapter 18. And this, I believe, is the second friend. Then answered Bildad the Shuhite and said, how long will it be ere ye make an end of words? Mark, and afterwards we will speak. Wherefore are we counted as beasts and reputed vile in your sight? He teareth himself in his anger. Shall the earth be forsaken for thee? And shall the rock be removed out of his place? Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candles shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straitened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. The gin shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten. 18:12. Hunger bitten. And destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even as the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. It shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. He shall be driven from light into darkness, and chased out of the world. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings. That they come after him shall be astonied at his day, and they that went before him were affrighted. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that hath, and this is the place of him that knoweth not God. Chapter 19. And then Job answered and said, how long will ye vex my soul and break me in pieces with words? These 10 times have ye reproached me. Ye are not ashamed that ye make yourselves strange to me. And be it indeed that I have erred, mine error remaineth with myself. If indeed ye will magnify yourselves against me, and plead against me with me my reproach, know now that God hath overthrown me, and hath compassed me with his net. Behold, I cry out of wrong, but I am not heard. I cry aloud, but there is no judgment. He hath fenced up my way that I cannot pass, and he has set darkness in my paths. He has stripped me of my glory, and taken the crown from my head. He hath destroyed me on every side, and I am gone, and mine hope hath he removed like a tree. He also kindled his wrath against me, and he counteth me unto him as one of his enemies. His troops come together and raise up their way against me, and encamp round about my tabernacle. He hath put my brethren far from me, and mine acquaintance are verily estranged from me. My kinsfolk have failed, and my familiar friends have forgotten me. They that dwell in mine house and my maids count me for a stranger. I am an alien in their sight. I called my servant, and he gave me no answer. I entreated him with my mouth. My breath is strange to my wife, though I entreated for the children's sake of mine own body. Yea, young children despised me. I arose, and they spake against me. All my inward friends abhorred me, and they whom I loved are turned against me. My bone cleaveth to my skin and to my flesh, and I am scaped with the skin of my teeth. They have pity upon me. Oh, have pity upon me. Have pity upon me, O ye my friends, for the hand of God hath touched me. Why do you persecute me as God, and are not satisfied with my flesh? Oh, that my words were now written. Oh, that they were printed in a book, that they were graven with an iron pen and lead in the rock forever. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God, whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another, though my reins be consumed within me. But ye should say, why persecute we him, seeing the root of the matter is found in me? Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is judgment. Chapter 20, and I believe this was the third friend speaking again. Then answered Zophar the Naamathite and said, therefore do my thoughts cause me to answer, and for this I make haste. I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causes me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung, which they which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as the vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, Yet his meat is in his bowels, is turned. It is the gall of asps within him. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. God shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save of that which is desired. There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast a fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. The glittering sword. Glittering. Okay. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God. All right, chapter 21, which will be the last chapter, and we'll call it a day. And then tomorrow, God willing, we will do part 2 and finish up Job. And then we'll have Psalms, which is a lot of praise and worship of God and thankfulness. Chapter 21. But Job answered and said, hear diligently my speech, and let this be your consolations. Suffer me that I may speak, and after that I have spoken, mock on. As for me, is my complaint to man? And if it were so, why should not my spirit be troubled? Mark me and be astonished, and lay your hand upon your mouth. Even when I remember, I am afraid, and trembling taketh hold on my flesh. Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are mighty in power? Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of God upon them. Their bull gendereth, and faileth not, their cow calveth, and casteth not her calf. They send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance. They take the timbrel and harp, and rejoice at the sound of the organ. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. Therefore they say unto God, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have if we pray unto him? Lo, their good is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out? And how oft cometh their destruction upon them? God distributeth sorrows in his anger. They are as stubble before the wind, and as chaff that the storm carrieth away. God layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. For what pleasure hath he in his house after him, when the number of his months is cut off in the midst? Shall any teach God knowledge, seeing he judgeth those that are high? One dieth in his full strength, being wholly at ease and quiet. His breasts are full of milk. What? His breasts are full of milk? I would hope that no man has breasts that are full of milk. Why is that there? His breasts are full of milk, and his bones are moistened with marrow. And another dieth in the bitterness of his soul, and never eateth with pleasure. They shall lie down alike in the dust, and the worm shall cover them. Behold, I know your thoughts, and the devices which ye wrongfully imagine against me. For ye say, where is the house of the prince? And where are the dwelling places of the wicked? Have ye not asked them that go by the way? And do ye not know their tokens? That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction? They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who shall declare his way to his face? And who shall repay him what he hath done? Yet shall he be brought to the grave, and shall remain in the tomb. The clods of the valley shall be sweet unto him, and every man shall draw after him, as there are innumerable before him. How then comfort ye me in vain, seeing in your answers there remaineth falsehood? Okay. One of the Mandelas others were talking about, not sure about that one. What was one of the other Mandelas? Not sure about that one. Not sure, Cranky, what the other Mandela one was, or what others were talking about. Oh, but we've been going 2 hours now. We've reached the halfway point of Job. Breast milk. Yeah, it's like men don't have breast milk. What's going on? It's a weird one. I don't know if it's a Mandela effect. Yeah, like you say, but it doesn't sound right. Weird. All right, so we will end it here, and tomorrow we will continue with Job 22 through 42 and finish that off, and then after that we will move into Psalms, which will be nice. Okay, and all this is God willing. So we will always do a prayer at the beginning and the end, and a song, and then the reading of the word. And then, of course, always discussing everything as we go. I want to thank everybody that's here now, and people that were here earlier, and people that might listen to this later. Thank you, and God bless. God bless everyone, and know that I love each and every one of you. And I just want everyone to keep strong in the Lord and keep encouraging one another. Keep reading the Word. Keep praying. Fasting. That's something I need to do. I haven't fasted in a while. Thank you. Thank you, Cranky Beans. Thank you, Skyhope. All right, we'll say a prayer to end it off. And I just want everybody to have a great day, a blessed day, and blessed rest of the week. Keep strong in the Lord. Dear Jesus Yeshua, we thank you again for this opportunity we had to come together and read your word, discuss your word, and to praise you and honor you. We don't ever want to take that for granted because we don't know when the day will come where we won't be able to come together. as brothers and sisters in Christ. So we thank you for every moment that we have to be able to just be in your presence and study your word. And again, we ask for healing for anyone that needs healing. You know their hearts and their needs. Please heal them according to your will. Let us be able to come back again tomorrow and the next day and all the days after to continue to read your word and to understand what you want us to learn. I pray that everyone here is blessed, and I pray that everyone got something out of the reading today. Help them to understand, help everyone understand what you want them to learn in every day that we're reading of your word. And we just love you and thank you for everything you're doing in our lives. Keep us strong in the Lord through all the trials and tribulations. Let us never doubt you, no matter what. We know when bad things come, we question, why is this happening to us? Why, God, would you do this to us? Why would you let this happen? Let us not be that way. Let us just accept it and thank you for whatever it is, even if it's hardship. Because we know that all things will work out to the good. Help us to know that too. That when something bad happens, not to curse you or not to be mad, but to thank you. And help us to understand why we go through these things. And let us not doubt, your will. Whatever your will is, you're in control, God. Jesus, Yeshua, you are in control. And let us never forget that. And let us give our lives to you. Let us not want to save our lives here on earth, for this earth is not our home. Our home is with you in heaven. And whatever we go through on earth, keep us strong through it, and know that whatever we go through, is nothing compared to what we will have when we get to heaven. We love you and thank you for everything in our lives, no matter what. And just continue to keep blessing us till we come back again. Keep everyone safe. A hedge of protection around everybody. Give us the full armor of God. The Holy Spirit. Just fill us with the Holy Spirit so we know that you are there and are watching out for us in everything. Let us not fear for anything that is coming, because you are in control. Thank you. We love you. In your precious name. Amen. All right, guys. Thank you for that, Vincent. Thank everyone for being here. Love you guys. And God willing, we'll see you soon. I just pray that I can continue to have better health so I can keep doing this all the time. So everybody have a good day, a blessed day, and always keep Jesus on your hearts and your minds. Thank him and pray throughout the day, every day. Be strong. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. God willing, hopefully right around noon again. I'll always try to set it up like an hour before at least. So keep looking for those notifications. Love you guys. God bless.